With Season 2, Reverse 1999 officially moves into a 3-patch cycle, where every third patch is a special patch. While those special patches do offer you more rewards, they also come with a new true limited unit each time. That's why, starting with this patch, we will be doing a feature banner review every 3 patches to cover the upcoming characters leading up to the next true limited unit. This should help you plan your pulls more effectively, so you will be more ready when the true limited banner drops. The first character we are looking at today is Kakania, who is dropping later this patch and is a fantastic survivability unit. In fact, she's the only character I'd consider a must pull until the next true limited unit. The comfort she provides to the team is simply unmatched. She can take a portion of the damage for the team, triggers free heals after losing certain amount of health, and her buff can also heal for an insane amount if used on herself. She's also the first character who can consistently provide a strong attack buff to a single target. This buff needs to ramp up as the team take damage, but even at base, it gives a 300 flat attack boost, which translates to roughly a 20% or more damage increase overall thanks to how the game calculates damage. Her ultimate will store the damage a target took during the turn and repeat a portion of it as Genesis damage. This is an insane mechanic for any main bulletin, and it's even better when you consider she helped with survivability in those same stages. Now for the cons, if you don't have a solid single target healer build, you might struggle to keep her health up against stronger enemies or in higher main bulletin stages. While she tanks damage for the team, she doesn't reduce the damage in the process, so if the entire team gets hit, she will take a massive amount of damage herself. By existing, she reduced the overall difficulty of any stage by a ton, and somehow still does a tons of Genesis damage herself. Next up we have Jay. You can think him as a Burning Miss New Babel Pro Max, except he basically packs New Babel's entire kit into his second skill alone. His skill 2 gives a shield to the entire team, and every time an enemy attacks a shielded ally, Jay performs a follow-up attack that targets all enemies. Nearly all attack apply burn to enemies, and whenever he apply burn to enemy, he also apply the same amount to himself. His ability gets stronger based on how much burn he's carrying, but every time he takes an action, the burn immediately deals damage to himself. Even though it only does half of the damage burning normally do, you will still want to manage his HP very carefully. Jay exiles in AoE scenarios, especially when paired with Isolde. He also synergizes well with 37 because of his frequent follow-up against AoE attackers. However, while he is fun to play, he's not a super overpowered unit by any means. I expect him to improve in the future as we get better counter-focused teams. There is also a new teased upgrade system for old characters, which include New Babel in the upcoming patch 2.3, where she's supposed to become a counter-focused shield support, but we will have to wait and see how exactly will her affect Jay's position in the meta. Next up is Mercuria, a support unit who can provide some solid buffs, but only with specific character in the team at low portrait. Mercuria gains a special force field called Cosmic Energy, which she accumulates based on the rank of the incantation used, and also through her skill 2. Cosmic Energy provides team-wide damage bonus and lasts 2 turns. She also grants bonus buff at the end of the turn based on the stack of cosmic energy you gain from this turn, but it's very tough to activate her 30% critical damage bonus at 9 stacks and 20% incantation power at 16 stacks unless you're using character like Marcus, who can consistently throw out rank 2 incantations, or Lucy with her bonus follow-up attack that considered as a rank 2 incantation. She can pair well with future characters like Arcus and Anjo Nala, so she has some more future potential. That said, if you don't already have characters she synergizes with, you might want to just skip her and wait for rerun. Overall, I don't think she is a must pull unless you're building around those specific teams, but if you are chasing for her P5, that's a different story. She's extremely broken for any team at P5. Moving into the horror patch, we first have Tuesday, a poison and Genesis damage specialist. Tuesday exiles at increasing the Genesis damage enemy take through her debuff, apply poison via her passive and skills, and even allow poison damage to crit. Her ultimate is key to her poison focused playstyle as it starts an array that temporarily stops poison stacks from decreasing. By using her ultimate correctly and with the help of her passive that let allies store excessive moxie for a turn, you can potentially use Sotheby's ultimate twice in one rotation without consuming the enemy's poison stack. With that being said, you can't infinitely stack poison with Tuesday. As soon as her array ends, even if it's overwritten by her own ultimate, all poison stack will detonate. At the moment, she's not a high priority pull, but her poison team is definitely fun to play. If you are interested about running a poison team, make sure you don't miss Tuesday, otherwise you don't really need her at the moment. Another thing you don't want to miss if you're running a poison team is Sotheby's Anecdote coming 2.0. From it, you will get the best poison psychic in the game for either her or Kanjira. I don't have it on my single account and I deeply regret it. On the second half of the horror patch, we have Arcus. Surprisingly, she's not a main DPS, but rather a single target focused sub-DPS and support. Arcus is extremely easy to play. Simply apply her debuff to an enemy, and each time that enemy is attacked, the debuff gets stronger, stacking up to 15 times. At full stack, it provides a 45% damage bonus and 45% critical damage to the target. And the only maintenance you need to do is to refresh the debuff every other turn using her debuff skill or her ultimate. Arcus is specially Xayos incantation rank up team with Marcus, Mercuria, and Villa, but as long as you're facing stages that end just wave of mobs, her debuff make her an incredibly useful unit. Oh, and her debuff skill also completely dispel all the buffs on the target, which is a very nice bonus. Bye, Pickles! Originally, I didn't have a very strong opinion on her, but after playing her for a bit more now, I can say that she's definitely a pretty strong pull. Those were all the regular 6-star units, but now it's time to talk about Anjo Nala, the next true limited unit. As with the other true limited banners, this one comes with a separate pity, lasts for the entire patch, and give you an extra copy for every 200 pulls. Anjo Nala is a special unit with 3 distinct playstyles. When she enters combat, you'll have to contract her with one of the characters currently on the field, giving both her and her contractor bonus stats. She will also gain some bonus effect while she's channeling, depending on the aptitudes of the contracted character. Each playstyle offers a different mechanic and strategy, making her extremely versatile. With plant and beast characters, she gains an extra moxie when the contracted character actively uses an incantation. With a character like Marcus, she can use her ultimate every other turn. This playstyle is heavily focused on ultimate usage, and the key portraits are P3 and P5. With Mineral and Star character, she performs an AoE follow-up attack, which is weaker version of her channeling AoE. This playstyle is in my opinion the most broken for general gameplay. The attack applies Temptation, which after 3 stacks turn into Captivated, allowing Anjo Nala to steal a portion of the enemy's attack and also stun them. If the enemy doesn't have control resistance or tenacity system, you can stun lock an entire stage quite consistently. The key portrait here is P2 and P4, with P4 enabling stun with just 2 stacks of Temptation, making the stun lock even easier to achieve. With Intelligence and Spirit character, she performs an additional skill 1 whenever they act, allowing her to quickly finish channeling and cast her powerful AoE follow-up more often. In terms of strength, Anjo Nala is definitely a tier 0 sub-DPS. She deals massive amount of damage without requiring many action points. And with 3 playstyles, she is viable in all current content, making her a must-pull in my book. I mean, she is a true limited unit after all. And that's all the upcoming characters onto the next true limited banner. So, who are you pulling for? Let me know in the comment down below. As always, this has been SteamBanX. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.